Well, I'm so excited to write the counterclaim for this essay because I thought about it while I was reading Facebook article number 2. So I saw a hole in their argument and now I'm ready to exploit it. So I do want to acknowledge in my essay that there are other points of view, but then in the same paragraph, I need to prove why those points of view are wrong and prove that my claim or thesis is more reasonable. So that's step number 1. So I want to introduce an opposing point of view to my claim or thesis, and this is a really good sentence starter right here in red. Now some may say that, so let's do that. I'm going to go to my essay and I'm going to use that exact sentence starter. So since I've claimed that Facebook makes people feel miserable, I'm going to have the counterclaim. Now, some may say that Facebook actually can make us happier. So that was the claim in Facebook article number 2, that it can make people happier. So next step. Okay, so I want to explain the opposing viewpoint. So I want to explain what people who have an opposite claim to mine would say. The point here is I'm pretending, not really pretending, I mean I'm acknowledging that there are other points of view. So I'm being fair, I'm being reasonable. I don't think that my claim is the only claim out there. So I'm acknowledging another point of view and I'm going to explain it later. I'm going to prove why it's wrong. So explain the other point of view. So since I said, now some may say that Facebook actually can make us happier. After all, happy posts can be contagious and spread positive feelings. That's kind of what that article was about. That happy posts are contagious. And then if you see a happy post, you're more likely to post something else that's happy. Okay? So I've mentioned a counterclaim. And I've explained the counterclaim. I'm telling you what other people would say who aren't me. Now this is the good part. I'm going to tell you why they're wrong. Okay, so that's called a rebuttal. I'm going to provide a rebuttal to the opposing viewpoint with a however statement. I'm going to tell you why the opposing viewpoint is wrong, why it's not true. It's a bad claim. So I'm going to use the word however. This is a good place to use actual evidence right here from your article. So if I'm going to provide a rebuttal to the opposing viewpoint, I want to prove that it's wrong. So, being the overachiever that I am, I've already found that evidence. So when I was reading that article number 2, it said that if a friend is experiencing a sunny day and you're deluged by rain, you're more likely to feel a little happier and express that in more positive posts. But the problem is that even if you're posting something happy, that doesn't really mean that you're feeling something happy. So that's what I'm going to put in my however statement. So let's do that. This is going to get a little complicated here. Well, I guess I'm going to copy this. I'm going to use this as evidence. I've learned the hard way that I have to unhighlight this before I copy it in, if I can figure out how to do that. I don't want this to be highlighted. Unhighlight. Okay, but I'm going to copy it. Okay, so let's go back to my essay then. Now, some may say that Facebook actually can make us happier. After all, happy is contagious and spread positive feelings. So I'm going to use this evidence. For example, I'm going to use this right from the article where it said, oh, it still came in yellow. Oh, this is terrible. For example, if a friend is experiencing a sunny day and you're deluged by rain, you're more likely to feel a little happier and express that in more positive posts. Okay. However, just because you post something positive doesn't mean you're truly feeling positive on the inside. Just because you post something positive doesn't mean you truly feel something positive on the inside. See what I did there? So I actually took evidence from my counterclaim, and then with a however statement, I said why it's wrong. Now I'm going to change my font here to match. I wish I had some tech person to tell me how to unhighlight this, but I'll figure that out later. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now, some may say that Facebook actually can make us happier. After all, happy posts can be contagious and spread positive feelings. For example, if a friend is experiencing a sunny day and you're deluged by rain, you're more likely to feel a little happier and express that in more positive posts. However, this is my rebuttal. This is where I'm saying that the opposing viewpoint's wrong. However, just because you post something positive doesn't mean you truly feel something positive on the inside. Okay, now I need to explain why my thesis is more reasonable. I didn't cite that. Let's see, let me go back for a second. So I did use a quote word for word from the article. I really do have to take the time to put in a little parenthetical citation. That's by Alice Park, so I'm just going to use her last name. I'm going to put that here. You know, I did this a little differently. Usually I'll use evidence from the article in support of my claim. In this case, I used evidence that's in support of the counterclaim, but then I'm just telling you why it's wrong. Okay, so now next part, I have to explain why my thesis is better. Okay. So I'm going to talk about social comparison again. When you are constantly forced to compare your experiences to one that appears sunnier, you feel like your life pales in comparison. Ooh, that's good. I kind of used a metaphor of comparing feeling happy to a sunny day. I like it. Okay, we're already down here. Conclude by restating your claim, your thesis. So therefore, because Facebook is making us compare our lives all the time to others that seems happier, Facebook actually makes us sad. Therefore, because we are subjected to so much social comparison on Facebook, our lives just don't seem as fulfilling anymore. And we end up just feeling more sad. Okay, so there it is. I've introduced the counterclaim, what other people think about the topic. I've explained it. I've even given an example from the text. Then I said why this counterclaim is wrong. And then I talked about why my claim is more reasonable and that I'm actually right. So if I could figure out how to unhighlight this, I'd be in good shape. Okay, good luck with that.